Hello and welcome to the Gluten-free series. This series has two parts, recipes and FAQs. I'm creating this series because there is not enough accessible and easily digestible information out there regarding gluten, gluten allergies, celiac disease, etc. And not only that, but people think it's hard to go gluten-free. The recipes are mostly going to be foods that are naturally gluten-free and, therefore, not difficult. When you use gluten substitutes, there's a lot of trial and error. And with the price of gluten substitutes, you can spend a lot of money real quick. So I'm trying to show that being gluten-free can be easy, healthy, and affordable. My 2012 New Year's resolution was to go 100% gluten-free. Whenever people find out that I'm gluten-free, people always have a bunch of questions, and that's fine. I love to talk about being gluten-free and educating people about it. But I tend to get the same questions over and over again. I figured why not make a YouTube series about this and help a wide range of people, since everyone tends to have the same questions about this. One of the most important, and normally one of the first questions asked when people find out I'm gluten-free is, what the fuck is gluten? Gluten is a protein composite in foods processed from wheat and related grain species including barley and rye. Gluten gives elasticity to dough, helping it rise and keep its shape, and often gives the final product a chewy texture. Wikipedia sounds so much more legit when you quote it in a British accent, even if it is shitty. So, scientifically, it's a protein. But for me, it's a pain in my, well, the whole body. A related question is, why is it such a big deal now and not before? In my opinion, there are two parts to the answer of that question. The first could be that people are becoming more aware of gluten's negative side effects and the fact that people can be allergic to it in the first place. My mom was diagnosed with celiac disease a couple of years ago, and before she got that diagnosis, I didn't even know you could be allergic to gluten. Well, I mean, I didn't know what the heck gluten was, but I also didn't know you could be allergic to it. Nowadays, more and more people are going gluten-free, and regardless of their reasoning, the information about being gluten-free is spreading. More people are learning about gluten and its potential side effects, and more people are trying to go gluten-free. The other reason is something that I have deduced from doing research about gluten. Now, this is pretty much entirely speculation, but I don't think it's that far out there. We all know that the majority of foods that we eat have been genetically modified in some way. Whether it was just breeding the plants to make them more resilient, or if scientists were actually involved in messing with their genes or whatever. Either way, the integrity, I guess you could say, of the foods that we eat have been changed. Now, it seems like a great idea to make wheat more hardy because then it's more effective. And when you have hardy wheat, you can help more people. And it seems like a great idea to make wheat resistant to certain bugs and other related ailments. However, we must also take into account what the human body is used to. I have come to the conclusion, and like I said, this is almost completely speculated, that we have changed wheat and other produce too much in a short amount of time. If you think back to lessons about evolution, things change, yes, but gradually over a long period of time. If produce such as wheat and corn naturally became more hardy and resistant to the current levels over many years, then perhaps we wouldn't have these problems because the human body would have evolved alongside it. But since it didn't, it could be thought that is why so many people have problems with things like wheat and corn. Feel free to post your questions and comments in the comment section below. I will get back to you and possibly/probably make a video answering the question. Thanks for watching and stay tuned to this channel for more gluten-free videos. Gluten gives elasticity to dough, helping it rise and keep its shape, and often gives the final product a chewy, not a chewy texture. That'd be gross.